Have you ever had blueberries before from the frozen aisle from Food Town? This is a frozen blueberries. I'm going to put some in this cup. I don't know how much I actually want. I haven't done this in a long time, actually. Let's close that up. And I'm going to add some silk almonds. Check this out. Let's see that. Did you know that blueberries apparently, I looked it up, blueberries can help fight cancer. Blueberries also helps with inflammation problems. Also, it has potassium. It's high in potassium. Let's see. Good morning, Anita. I have my blueberries. Oh, I want to take out the, let's see. Take out the ear so no excess ear gets left in. And let's see. Close that up. I should put that back in the freezer. But it's not. I think my freezer is broken, so let me plug this in. Hopefully this is working. Let's see. And I'm going to cover it up. So again, blueberries help with inflammation. It's high in potassium and helps with, fights cancer. Ice just helps with inflammation as well. So let's I don't think you have to do it for a long time. And I like my smoothies a little thick, but this looks a little too thick. Let's see, let's see. Look at that. I'm in heaven. I'm gonna actually put some more milk. That's a lot more milk. And this will be my first meal of the day, which is, I guess, a meal replacement. However, the thing is, every morning I wake up, I think I've said it so many times, I drink a glass of water. Warm water, room temperature water to push everything out. And then you go to the bathroom, it's all gone, and then you just restart and re-energize your body. That's it. I like to tap here, so whatever's on the top goes to the bottom. Lift it up. I do not like to waste anything. See, tap it again. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, now it's a little bit, it's a little bit waterier, but that's okay. You can add a banana, you can add whatever else you want to it. Right now, I only have blueberries. Yes. Let's see. Amazing the things this is doing to me right now. I feel like I'm in heaven. I'm doing great. I feel good. Got up, drank my water, flushed everything out, worked out, and now I'm drinking my shake, and I'm ready for a nap. I actually been up since, like, what time did I get up today? I have been up since, like, I think 6:40 something in the morning. I think it was like 6:48 or 6:43 in the morning I was up. And I had a dream about my great-grandma Majo. And it was interesting because I've had so many dreams about her. She shows me things. And she's not speaking in the dream, but it just felt so warm. And I felt so like someone's watching me, someone's watching over me, and someone's like, guiding me. And I don't know if she's guiding anyone else in my family. It's so interesting because my great-grandma had gotten sick. I don't know the whole full story, but my family has secrets. They don't want to speak about it. The thing is, secrets and lies hurt our families, and secrets are killing our family. And if we all actually was honest in our family, we wouldn't have so much problems. But people want to be, and I'm gonna say it so many times, people want to act skunty. It's a word, and it's a word that defines a character of a person. And you're not being very smart about things that those persons are not being smart, and they're not acting educated. They're literally acting as if they have no education when they are attacking me. And I'm all over the place because it's all in my mind. So the story is of my great grandma is that something happened to her from moving from Hinduism and going into Christianity, but finding I guess an inner peace for her own self because she met a few people, and these people were doing some type of rituals or magic or voodoo-like stuff. I don't know. Self-knowledge is key to understand everything. I've done so much research to understand life and understand witchcraft and understand what happens. So the thing is that I was told, and no one wants to speak much about it, they'll say something and they're like, brush it off. So apparently my great-grandma had fallen in with a few people who did some spiritual work, and she had gotten sick. And I don't know what she gotten sick from. However, see, I went through a lot personally. So I understand certain things about sicknesses. And I'm also sick with like a cancer situation. Now, I'm 36 years old. My great-grandma was a certain age at a time, living in a generation that I don't know any of her sickness. I don't know what medication she was using or whatnot. I'm not a doctor. I read a lot and I know a lot. So all I'm saying is that this thing that was haunting my great-grandma wasn't probably making her physically sick and mentally sick, but she made herself mentally sick and physically sick because of lack of knowledge. If my great-grandmother was able to have the knowledge and the voice to speak, other than she was given a gift, and the gift was given to her and she couldn't understand the gift. That's what I believe. So for great-grandma to receive a gift so abundant and so bright and so futuristic, I believe that she didn't know what to do with it. And that's how I felt. And she's showing me things. So this is where it gets interesting. Now I'm going to ask you all a question. Does your family go to a higher priest? Does your family go to see a psychic? Or do you? I know my family went to a spiritual healer, spiritual persons, psychics, and all this stuff. And people tell you things. It's all manipulation. And I went to one. I went to see a psychic, and the psychic said, I see lots of figures around you. This was years ago. And you could tell I'm a fashion person. Everybody tells me, Rick, I can tell that you're like a fashionable person. I'm like, why? And no one will tell me. I'm like, okay. Like, it's my persona. But I don't wear other designers' names. I don't wear, Calvin Klein, Fubu, Gucci, Versace. I don't want to wear that because I want to wear my own clothing line. Now, going back to my great-grandma, I feel like I'm having the same dreams as she's had. And when I do post my videos scrutinizing my family and really smashing them to the ground, I see my great-grandma loving the fact that I'm actually saying the things that I am. Sometimes I'm unable to get my words out because I am frustrated. So I feel as if I am being mentally drained and mentally abused and physically abused, not only by my dreams or my visions, also by myself because lack of knowledge. If you do your research and you actually understand what you're dreaming, or a dream is just a dream. Now, let's say, for instance, why am I dreaming of washing my mouth? Why am I seeing myself washing my mouth, like cleaning? What does water represent? Water represents refreshing. Doesn't mean that you're refreshing your thirst. You can refresh your mind. Water is cleansing. Should I clean my mouth? I didn't have that dream with my great-grandma. I had that dream with a lover, a potential lover, cleaning my mouth and washing my mouth as this person leaves me. Then I'm also dreaming about my great-grandma. And she shows me something, and there's something about my great-grandma and this lover. that's coming to me because I ain't going to nobody. I ain't chasing nobody. So as I'm trying to say is that my family likes to make deals with the devil. That's the so-called name for it. You go to the spiritual person, you make deals. What kind of deals are you making actually? So I've learned that persons go to these spiritual people to make deals with them to control a person and to take their money. So now it gets really long. So my story gets a little long. So what happened is that I had met a person a long time ago. And I met this person on a dating social app very long time ago. His name is Jay. I don't remember his last name. He's a West Indian guy, and he is part of the community, in the West Indian community, or I don't know if he is part of the community. He's a person who, what we call play. You play God. And it's interesting when you say, oh, I'm playing God. Yes, you are playing. You are playing something. You're pretending to be this person. So he would always take a camphor, melt it, and he was like, ooh, so-and-so, he's this Hindu god. Okay, I don't believe you. I don't see anything. This person also did some stuff with my step-aunt. So my grandmother Dati has a stepdaughter named Vanita. So this guy now, Jay, told me that how my grandmother Dati is actually doing something juju all over you and Vanita. I end up leaving my grandmother Dati's house because of personal issues and personal dramas that I didn't know anything of. Now, this is like 16 years going, so I'm going back into 16 years ago. Okay, I'm 36 now, 16 years ago. Okay, it's interesting how people love to manipulate other people, like my cousin Elizabeth, whatever she's saying to my family, and whatever my grandmother is saying to my mother, my grandmother Dati, whatever she says to my mother. Now, I moved away from my grandmother because of my grandmother says, I don't want you in my house. Okay, well, I asked to move in. She said yes, and she told me to leave. Pretty much, she did not tell me to leave. She told my mother she did not want me in her home. I left. This guy actually, the guy who played God, he told me that your grandmother is doing something to you and you're... Sorry, it's loud. Let me close this window. Ooh, snap, that was loud. So, the guy told me that your grandmother is doing something to you and your aunt. So my aunt and I left. And this is where it gets interesting. So my aunt and I left, and we moved into my uncle Ravi's ex-wife's house, because it's her house now, whatever. We moved in with her. Now, Vanita had a bedroom for herself. And I was staying with my cousin Veronica. And I was staying in her room. You see, I was very young at the time, and a lot of people backstabbed me, and I was very sick, and no one was helping me. No one was actually listening to me. Everyone was skunting me, like, like, do you see what I just did to myself? Like, don't do that to yourself. Don't skunt yourself down. Don't lower yourself down. Like, to be a cunt is a powerful thing, but to be a scunty person, to be nasty, to be someone to suck the life out of you, you're a demon. Now, I'm living at my aunt's house. My mother and I don't speak. I'm trying to speak to my mother. For 25 years, my mother and I don't speak. So after high school, I went to college for a semester, left college, came to my grandmother Dati's house. I lived with my grandmother Dati for a bit. Problems. So I left and moved in with my uncle's ex-wife Bibi. After that, I was there for a while. This guy was doing some kind of like ritual stuff and telling me that I'm helping you get rid of something. He didn't tell me anything. He just told me I'm helping you. And I'm like, I didn't ask you for help. And he was mad at me because he was playing God And again, yes, I prayed to God, but I didn't ask him for anything. And I had gotten like sick, and I had felt like some kind of like something over me. And again, I was also sick, and I'm going through a cancer situation, and also going through this spiritual abundance. And it's very dark sometimes, and the light that is being given to me, that's the scariest part. The light. It's like, what am I dreaming? Why am I seeing this bright light? And who is that person? And I don't know you. I don't need to know you. I don't want to know you. If you want me to get to know you, that's fine. I'm not trying to be mean. I love everyone, and I'm friends with everyone. Now, my mother calls me one day when I'm living now at my Aunt Bibi's house. Everyone's upset that I'm there. Why would you move in with her? I'm gonna curse. You rather me live in the fucking streets? That's what you do? You neglect me, mother. My mother, Usha, neglect me. I'm screaming for your help. I'm asking for your help, Usha. And you chose not to help. You chose to ignore me. Whatever. Then, like I said, it's a long while after, I moved out, I'm living with Bibi. Usha calls me. Usha's my mother. Oh, Rick, I heard all this stuff, frantically, and talking to me. That's how you choose to speak to me, mother, when you and I don't speak at all. That's why I moved out of your mother's house, because you're not speaking to me, you're not communicating with me, you're not telling me things that are being said to you. Instead of communicating and fixing a situation, you're not saying nothing. So now it's like, my mother and I don't speak for 25 years, and all of a sudden she wants to call and tell me that, I'm hearing all this stuff that you have you moved out and you're driving around with gay people in the car. I didn't have a car. And I said, first of all, what car am I driving? That's one. So I don't have a car. And she's like, oh. She braced herself. I can hear her in her voice. Oh, that's true. And then I said to her, what does gay people look like? What are you talking about? And she said, like normal people. I was like, exactly. But what are you saying? She's like, I'm hearing that people are saying you're driving in cars with gay people. Like, I'm not understanding what you're saying, because I was not driving in a car and I wasn't around any types of individuals who were gay at that time or at that moment. I'm still not understanding why she's saying that. Then she goes and asks me, Mom, are you gay? No, see, my mother goes and says to me, Rick, are you gay? And I said, yes, Mom, I am. I'm like the worst gay person out there. Like, I swear to you, like, it's so interesting how I'm not that affiliated or that knowledge about how to be more in tune with what God gave me. So my mom says, honey, I love you. Come home. I come home. I moved out of my Aunt Bibi house, come home. I'm living my life. My mom bought me a car. She had to buy me a car because she lived on top of a mountain. I didn't ask for you to build a freaking house on top of a mountain. I didn't ask for you to build a huge house. I didn't ask for all this stuff, but the least she could have done was bought me a car. That's her words. Because you put me on top of the mountain, how am I going to get down to civilization? Blueberries. So, I'm living back at my mother's house. Mother doesn't really speak to me. She did turn around, and we're watching a show one day. She turned around and she's like, oh, so Rick, talk to me. Tell me. Do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no. And she's like, are you dating anyone? I'm like, no. And I'm like, this is awkward and weird because I'm having a conversation based on relationship and possibly the sex conversation was going to come up next. And I'm like, I don't do nothing. I don't have a boyfriend. I never kiss a guy. All this stuff. Like, no. And it was just awkward, so we never spoke about anything. Now, oh my gosh, I would love to give dates. Because not too long ago, before I moved into this house, to this apartment, it was just lots of nasty things were happening. I was dreaming. I presented to my family that I dreamt great-grandma. I just went reverse. There's a lot more in that between that space, but me leaving Bibi's house and going back to my mother Usha's home in Westchester and just living my life and doing everything, came back to my grandmother Dotie's house, and all hell went break loose again because my cousin Elizabeth is a very jealous, backstabbing, two-faced person. She's very evil, very manipulative towards other people who do not have a brain to think for their self. So when an older person respects a younger person because you're younger, you should have more knowledge and you have more strength. What are you doing to our older generation, Elizabeth? Like, really? It's fascinating how people can do certain things because of control, and someone wants to take someone's money and someone wants to take someone's property. I don't want your grandmother's house, Elizabeth, and you can have your grandmother's house. I don't need her house. If that's what you want to do, Grandma is going to be living for a very long time, you stupid biatch. I don't want her house. You can keep her house. It's her house. She can do whatever she wants with her house. Now, the same story goes on about me being a gay man, which I'm not that gay and whatever. I don't understand why my family is very upset at me. None of my family members talk to me. Now, before I moved into this apartment, I was always having all these dreams of me getting a job and someone coming to me and going to give me a job. Now, thing is, then my mother Usha came at me and started to play these mental abusive mind games and said, "Oh, you know how much money I spent on you? Did you see what I just did?" Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. No. I don't understand what's going on. So I posted, I guess, modeling pictures of myself, and everybody has go, "Oh my God, look what you're doing." I've been posting modeling pictures of myself since MySpace. If you remember MySpace, you remember MySpace. And then Facebook came up, I continued. But it wasn't until I posted a picture of myself half naked, showing my scars and showing my the tumors that popped out of my skin and showing that I had surgeries, everyone went crazy. Why? Guilt that you neglect me? It gets interesting more. And so I'm going to reverse very fast. So I had these dreams and my mother did not tell me anything. I spoke to my mother and all she wanted to say was to me, I should help the people in the house. Now I've helped the people in that house. Like Grandmother Dottie, I've helped her so much. Besides the fact that I should speak about what I do for her, the thing is that I don't have to. And I'm going to have to because that's what it's presenting me to show. Because the ignorance of the elders in our life has ruined this world. Now, Grandma Dottie apparently is holding me back because psychology tells you that a person does these things to you and belittles you and tells people nasty things about you because they need to keep you and hold you back because they need you. Don't do that. Because those persons like myself walk away. Like I've walked away from my family so much. Now, my family likes to make deals with the devil. Not me. My grandmother Dottie goes and tells me, "Oh yeah, you went and did voodoo to your mom to take her money and control her." And I'm like, what? What? Where do you get that information from? She won't tell me. She won't speak to me. Now again, that guy Jay that I met told me that Grandma Dottie was doing voodoo things to me. Now, I dreamt of something that girl Vanita, which is my grandmother's stepdaughter, now her lover comes and talks to my grandmother. Roberto, you know nothing. He knows nothing. You know nothing. Why are you in my family, which I don't consider those people my family? Why are you going to these people into their home and talking about me and all this stuff? I had to dream about that. When I asked Grandma Dottie about it, she told me nothing. Then she's like, oh, Rick, these things don't work. Those things are not true. You can't control someone and you can't take someone's money by doing voodoo to them. And I'm like, then why did we have that conversation? And why did you stuntingly have that conversation with me? And you were being stunty to me. Like, so I know what it is. You want my mother's money. My mother gives you her money. My mother gives your niece money. Now, people say, oh, I should help the people in the house. That's what my mother said. I should help the people in the house. Like what? When my grandmother tells me, oh, Rick, I need you to do this while I'm going to work, or I'm walking outside, or while I'm in stitches. So, understand this. I used to pick up my cousin Elizabeth's daughter from school because it's 2 blocks away. Not even 2 blocks. It's just like, that's not even a block. It's just like you walk and just cross over the street and the school's right there. It's like a cross street block, whatever. That's not the point. The point is, I don't have to say that I picked your daughter up from school because Grandma Dottie, that was your job to pick your granddaughter up from school, not me. Not while I have stitches or I'm sick or I'm going to work and all this stuff, because no one does anything for me. Everybody thinks I should do everything for them. But this is the thing. When your family loves to play and make deals with the devil, you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do. Like open your third eye, have insight of opportunity for business and all this stuff. You want to be a part of an Illuminati. An Illuminati is not just a group of people. An Illuminati is your family. A group of people who work together to make money. So no one wants to do the job, but everyone wants to fight, slap each other, pound each other, mentally and stuntingly hurt each other. That's what's wrong with the world today. It's not, let's make America great again. America was never that great. At one point, the world was nice and there was no fighting and all this stuff, but there was not many rights for many people. So to make America great again, you know what happens to America? It's the people in your own home that can ruin the world and can ruin you and can ruin their own success. So if you have an idea, it doesn't matter what it is, a creative idea, go and do it. I love social media because it gives you an imprint for you as a person to put your opportunities and put your art and put whatever you feel that you want to show the world, because your mom's not going to care, your dad's not going to care, your cousin's not going to care, or your brother and sisters are not going to care, and your friends are not going to care. If you have those persons that are going to uplift you and give you great advice and, you know, be prosperic with you, then that's amazing. I don't. I live by my name Ganesh. It is just a name, but I'm a very spiritual person. Now, instead of my mother telling me about the job opportunities, and instead of my cousin Elizabeth telling me about the job opportunities, they're playing mental games with me, and they're only saying subliminal messages underneath their breaths. Now, you all want to go make deals with the devil, my family, and you're not owning up to what gift that the spiritual world is actually giving you. The spiritual gave you something, and look where we are today in the world. So if I want to blame someone, and if there's someone to blame, I'm literally going to blame my family for ruining the world. And I will get further in life because I push myself to do something that I want to do. Every time I try to do something good for myself, if I even combed my hair nice, my family gotta, oh, look at your hair. Oh, why do you walk that way? Anytime I made myself look good and cut my nails, my family had to say something. Anytime I had my hair in a certain style, my family had to say something. Anytime I wore a shirt, my family had to say something. And it was very negative. Now, I'm an artist, and I love psychology. Here where it gets more interesting. I wore a ripped shirt, the same shirt, but now it's ripped. Everyone forgot about that, how this shirt is. Plain t-shirt. My jacket now, it's ripping, it's coming apart. My mother has to go say, "Oh, Rick, it looks like somebody neglects you." And she's skuntingly acting this way with her niece, Elizabeth. So, Usha, you want to know why I don't speak? Because you don't let me speak. And the way you choose to speak to me, it's not very nice. You are very negative. You cause me to have anxieties, and you know exactly what you do. When a person do this to you and go, they know what they're doing. It's not only a mannerism, it's a mental issue that they're doing to themselves. So, again, I'm going to say, no one has really spoken to me about any job opportunities, right? I'm dreaming about how these individuals who are going to give me the opportunities for a job, I don't know what job it is, I don't see their faces. I don't see who they are. All I see is my mother and my cousin, her niece, Elizabeth, saying very nasty, negative things to these persons. Now, this is where it gets more interesting also, because I've had a so-called friend. She's not a friend, more like a smoke buddy and a drinking buddy, because we all hanged out in a few circles of people. So we're not a circle, we're not a clique, we're nothing. She's doing the same thing to me. Now, she lives right next door to my grandmother Dotie's house. And that's my cousin's friend. My cousin, Elizabeth, tells me, go be friends with Sabrina. Like, Rick, that's how Sabrina is. I'm like, I don't like her. I don't like her. She's not a person that I want around me. So I don't call. They call me. Now, everyone knows my resume. Everyone knows in the family. Everyone knows that I went to school. But now they all want to target me and haunt me in real life, not in my sleep life. Not. Let me retrain my thoughts. They're taunting me. That's the word, taunting. They're taunting me in real life, all because they have an initial opportunity for me, but they don't. Other persons do have an opportunity for their self, and they sent these two individuals to talk to me. Don't send anyone to talk to you, to talk for you. If you can't speak for yourself, I can speak for you. If you need help speaking, I'll be that person to help speak for you. You need something from me, you can speak. Don't ask me for something. You need help in your business, you need help in something creative, you want to talk to me, you want to speak to... I do not speak to the past persons. I do not speak to them. I do have visions, I do have dreams that persons do come to me. That's not my job. That's not how life works for me, and I don't want that. Again, now, I moved into this apartment. My mother allegedly bought me. She bought me an apartment. This is not my apartment. She told me her job is moving, so she needs to move closer to her job. Ooh, excuse me. So here I am in my mother's apartment that she's renovating. I don't speak to my mom because I can't speak. Every time I speak, she always has to say something else. But I'm speaking and you're asking me a question, mother, and I'm conversating with you and I'm trying to work with you as a team, but you're not a team member. This is why I'm always quiet, because I've said stuff to you before and you don't speak. So before I moved into this apartment, my mother says, "Oh, Rick, when you move into an apartment, all your art stuff will start paying off." And I'm like, I don't understand what she's saying, because I haven't spoken to her about my art again. When I did speak to you, Usha, about my art, and I asked you to help me before, you know exactly what you did. You brushed me off, you walked away, you turned around, and ignored me. This is why I don't speak to you. So, what do a person who is an entrepreneur does, because I went to school for business management, entrepreneurship, and I also went for speech communications. So if I talk a lot or if I talk too fast, please let me know. So again, nothing. My mother, it's been October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months. Another whole year. So now it's going on 16 years of this bullshit. And it's going past 25 years of not communication and 25 years of not talking. That's how interesting my life is. But no, I'm being controlled because of certain other individuals who know something for me and know something about me that's coming to me. But instead, my mother says, oh, look, I bought you an apartment, Rick. Oh, what do you want, Usha? What motives do you have? Because I'm dreaming about it. I feel suffocated. I feel trapped in this apartment. And it's like this spiritual thing, right? The family wants to make deals with the devil. It's like the Illuminati wants me, it's giving me things. It's not mine. It's my mother's. And it's her control, her design, her stuff, her input. I can't say anything, which is fine because it's your money. This is your apartment. Stop saying it's mine. It's not mine. If it's the family's, it's the family. That's a different story. Now, again, she doesn't say anything. So, which is interesting. Because one time I did say to you, Usha, didn't you say this to me last time? She said, no, I didn't. So what you did there? Every time I speak to you, you always say, no, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. It's always a game of reverse psychology and going back and forth, back and forth. And it is suffocating me. I feel threatened, Usha. I feel suffocated. I feel like someone's choking me. All because of the way you present yourself. And all because, yes, my mother's going to say, oh, he's upset. He's mad because he didn't get his way. That's what she's going to say. And that's what a controlling person will tell you. And that's reverse psychology. How dare you say messages underneath your breath? Oh, he's mad because he didn't get his way. What are you people talking about? Mannerisms suck. All of their mannerisms suck. So instead of helping your son achieve something, or your son having a job, or whatever it may be, Usha, you do nothing. Now, my mother's probably, she said this to me last time, underneath her breath again, a long time ago, before I moved into this apartment. And she goes, oh, Rick, you never held a job in your entire life. What do you know? Do you know anything about my life? No, because when you push someone away out of your life, you don't have an initial idea or initial input what they're actually doing in their life. So when you actually don't know something about someone, that means you don't know anything. And to assume something about someone, that's just wrong. You can't assume, oh, I never had a real job in my entire life. Okay, but I'm dreaming about my mother's holding me back from a really good job. The thing is, it's all about the people who you know. Strangers give me a job. Strangers are giving me an abundance of happiness and abundance of smiles and love on the streets every day. At work also. Not my family. They're literally stabbing people. I don't want to say backstabbing. They'll stab you right in front of your face. And they'll walk right in front of you and start speaking up high when another person and I are talking. Why is that? Oh, I know why. Because your lies are going to tumble now and someone's going to see right through your bullshit. And this is where we are now. No one has nothing. And this is where I continue to dream about how disgusting my family is and how they're going to hold me back from opportunities when great grandma shows me all this stuff. And great grandma shows me, and even though she's not 100% smart, she's not ignorant. And for my mother to hold me back on an opportunity, she didn't hold me back. She held herself back. And you're holding back other people from... This is why I'm telling you, I hate you all. You know why? It's because you ruined the world. You had an opportunity to give someone an opportunity for a business standpoint or something to actually, like a new job, a new business, a new job. And look where we are today. So I'm trying to find a regular job, like anything. I don't mind. Anything, right? Something stops me personally from working and doing this. Something tells me, Rick, just go out. I don't know what that means. I mean, I do know what it means because I'm this model. I am a socialite person. And none of my family members know that about me because you all push me away. So for you to assume things about me that I'm antisocial and all this stuff and that how I am crazy and I need help. What are you saying, Elizabeth? That's what you're trying to tell my mother? You're raising me, Elizabeth. You're literally raising me, because this is where I'm going to tell you where it gets interesting more now. Allegedly, my cousin Elizabeth told me, oh, Rick, your mother told me to keep an eye on you and to I don't know what she said, what word it was, but pretty much my mother told her niece, Elizabeth, who's 3 years younger than me, who I do not like, to instigate into my life. And what did this bitch do? So this girl told, like I said to you, Elizabeth actually told me, your mother told me to find out what you're doing. Those were her words, to find out what you're doing. I don't tell everybody what I do. I don't need to, throw it out there. And I was shocked because I've always asked my mother, where do you get your information from? My mother chooses not to speak to me and tell me. And I'm understanding certain things because it's that little bitch next door, Sabrina, who lives next door to my grandmother, Dati. Yes. Because I did something myself. My mother, Usha, doesn't speak to me. Yes, I don't speak to you because when I speak to you, you don't let me speak and you don't listen. So I did a thing or two. And I said something to that bitch next door, and I said something different to that, your niece, Elizabeth. And I said something different to your grandma, your mother, Usha. And bam! Found out the culprit. Am I saying the word right? No. I found out the cunt next door, Sabrina. But this is where it gets more interesting because she's the one who's holding her family back on opportunities, not me. And she's playing scunty, manipulative, mental mind games, and she thinks that we're actually friends. What? You're always watching me. That's the thing. You're instigating into my life every time. What? You don't like the way I sip? You don't like the way I chew? You don't like the way I walk, or you don't like the way I hold a door or do anything? That's what you're doing. You're looking at me and you're instigating and you're watching me, Sabrina. And you're literally scunting me around because you don't want me a part of your circle or part of your family or part of your opportunity. But I didn't ask you for it. I didn't ask you for it. Your family didn't ask me anything. I didn't ask your family for anything. But you're clocking me and watching me and instigating me and reading me every second. Not because you want to also have sex with me and then have my child and steal my money. You're a gold digger. You're sickeningly sad, Sabrina. Like, I will say it to your face, but you'll laugh, all because you think you have an opportunity for me. So it's okay for you to treat me like shit because you have an opportunity for me. I am the opportunist. I am the opportunity. What I can do for you, that's the question. Not what you can do for me, because you can't do nothing for me. Even if I have a clothing line, I have all this stuff, doesn't mean anybody's gonna buy anything. There's more to do than just, oh, hey, guess what? I have a clothing line. No, that's not me. I have an empire that I'm building for this world. And those individuals are not included. And they are not welcome into my planet Nesh. You are not welcome. My spirit does not take those individual spirit at all. That's including Sabrina, Elizabeth, Dati, and Usha. See, great grandma, she wants me, I guess, to forgive all these persons. No, I don't need to forgive them. It's all about this. And she knows it's all about that. It's never about the heart or the mind. It's all about this, and it's all about your third eyes. That's what my family is doing to me. They don't care about me. They never cared about me when I was sick. Why are you going to care about me now? Oh, because I am going to get this job and I'm going to make money, and you want the money. So you bought an apartment to what? You have motives, Usha. Lots and lots of motives. Now, my mother did tell me, she goes and says, we were buying a couch. And she told me that how if she buys this couch, she's not going to, if she buys the couch for me, that I have to stop making videos and talking bad about her family. I still did. I still got the couch. And I told her that I'm writing a book. And you know that I'm writing a book. Now, Usha, you gave your instigating niece a job to instigate. You know that your niece is an evil person. You know that your niece came into your life, into your marriage, and started problems with your marriage. You know that your niece started problems with your sister's marriage. And you know that your niece started problems with another person's marriage. Your niece started problems with you. And you and her. Not me. Because I don't know what your niece told you, Usha. So when Elizabeth came up to me, she's like, oh, Rick, hi, talk to me. I just want to let you know that, Rick, your mom wants me to find out what you're doing. She's like, oh, Rick, can you, massage my neck? Can you, walk on my back? It's like, okay, no problem. And she's talking to me and asking me questions. This is 16 years ago. As I was massaging her, walking on her back, she literally, I forgot what she said. She asked me, she's like, okay, what's going on with you and your mom? I was like, Elizabeth, my mother treats me like a transaction. She doesn't speak to me. I was like, Elizabeth, my mother treats me just like your mother. But no, Elizabeth is jealous because I have material things. Material things that are blights. Do you know what is the blights, or to have something that's blights? It's to throw negativity on that item so that person doesn't feel comfortable with it. Like if you buying a jacket for someone, and it's like, oh, you see how much I spent on you? You think this was this and this was that. Like, like throwing negativity and throwing shade at the event of buying this jacket, and you're putting so much negativity, and you didn't want to buy this jacket, and you're saying, oh, it's so expensive and this. But you know you can afford it, even if it's a $10 jacket or whatever the case may be. Maybe a jacket is not the right, item to choose. You know what I mean? But you understand what I'm saying? It's like you're putting blightsness in it. Like you come to someone's home, you're saying so much negative. Oh, why is this like that? Oh, why did you do this that way? Or if I was you, I would have did this. But if you were you just said it. You would have did this. So if you were you, which are not you're trying to be someone else, and you're trying to hurt someone else, you're not being you. You're literally stopping yourself. You stop yourself from being you. And you're telling another person, if I was you, I would have did this. Do you understand that? I hope someone understands that. Now again, I'm dreaming and I'm being haunted by certain things from my family members. And I've actually had haunting dreams of certain friends that fell off. Now, is really? Just because you think you have an opportunity? Again, you need me. For whatever reason. I'm doing me. I've been doing me without anyone's help and without one penny. I've been doing me, and I've been creating an empire for this world. That's who I want, and that's who I am. I'm a person who creates. I'm a person, I want to run for president. I want to, I can be better than a president these days, I have things, I have goals, I have ideas. Now, I'm not going to let anyone stop me, and no one can stop us from doing anything. But there will be individuals manipulating other people from stopping from working with you. Or there will be individuals who are not communicating well. Even if you are an owner of a multi-million dollar business, that doesn't mean that you actually have knowledge, or you actually know how to speak to people, or actually went to school. You don't have to go to a major school. You don't have to. It's not hard to open a business, especially in today's world. It's the most easiest thing ever. The things that I learned, and the things that I learned from like Mr. Walmart, and things that I learned from Donald Trump and his family, it's so much easier today. It's so interesting how easier it is. So my point is that I'm not trying to have a point. I'm just trying to speak out and speak to individuals out there that how I am being haunted by dreams, by, I don't know anymore, but I know what it is. My family won't speak to me, and they won't tell me anything about it. They just want to say subliminal messages, like I said, underneath their breath. And the thing is, I know what they're doing. And I know when the opportunity will come, and when it falls into my lap, it will come. So always be prepared. You see, I can die in an instant of seconds. Do I want to look horrible? No. Do I know how to cut my own hair? Yes, I know how to cut my own hair. I can dye my hair. I can trim my beard. I can shave. I make myself look good for me without one penny. I had to buy the products, yes, but I did it for me, for myself, and I couldn't afford to go get a haircut, and I can't still afford to get a haircut, and I still cannot afford to go get a shape up. So I buy my own, and I do my own things, like, zzz and whatever. The thing is that I don't know anymore. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't know anymore. It's so interesting how someone can really aggressively, stuntingly hold other people back and hold me back, because I'm talking about me, but hold another person back. And that's what's wrong with the world. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not about let's make America great again. It's like, what's going on in your home? Why are these things happening in your home? Why is that the fights are happening? Why is that your mother or your grandmother holds you back? Why is it that you need all these things, material things? Or why is it that you have to hold someone back because you need that person? And instead of giving that person an opportunity to do something for themselves, you end up holding them back just because you need them. But it's all about money. Like I say, it's all about money and money survival. But what exactly did you want? Like, that's what the thing with my family and the certain individuals that I'm dreaming about. I can't give you money. You can't pray to God for money. You got to work. I've been working, and I've worked, and I work for free. You want money. What are you going to do with the money? Take it and shove it up in your black hole? Money does not exist. And when we go into the future, I don't know if I'm going to live to see this, which I kind of hope, because money is dirty. Money has so much germs and inside of it. The thing is that, what do you want with the money? I know what I want to do. You just want my money. You don't care about you don't care about my well-being. You don't care about that I'm sick. You don't care about that if I'm actually healthy. You don't care about my fashion designs. You don't care about my goals in life or what I want to do. You just want the money. And what are you going to do with the money? That's the thing. I know what I'm going to do with my success, with my money, with the things that I'm going to accomplish with the money that I'm gonna be given. Because see, it gets very complicated, because I can even ask, like I said before, I want to run for president, and I can be better and bigger than a president, because I want to build a bridge, and I want to build a train system, and I want to build a building, and I want to build housing. I can do all of that and still become president, because the president only presents things. So, like I said, I blame my family for destroying America, because America asked you to come here. Like, no, the United States of America, because we're from South America. You're giving the gift, even though you had to pay for the gift and you had to pay for the price to come to the United States of America. And what did you do? You ruined America. So you should clap your back for ruining America. Now the thing is, what's broken can be fixed. Not by crazy glue. You don't fix what's broken. Like, the thing is like, oh, don't let me get political. The entire system is broken. We all know that. Stop fixing it. Stop trying to fix our relationship. Move on. Don't make it better. Create it. Now it's a different form. So a new life is out there and it's coming. And what are we going to do? You have to embrace it. You have to take it. Change is very hard for people. Change scares people, but the world changes every day. Every day, every second it changes. There's a new song. There's a new way to sing a new song. We all adapt to it. There's a new sidewalk. There's a new tree. That's change. There's a new siding of a house. That's change. If you don't want to decorate your house, you want to keep your inside your house the same, then that's you. But outside, it changes all the time. Look at this kitchen. This kitchen changed twice already. Not my money. My mother's money, because it makes her happy. I want to make America great again, and my family holds me back from making America great again. Like I said, it gets really complicated, and everybody wants to keep me away from certain things. I don't know what it is. They want. It's a thing, when you push me away, you push me away. So we're not family anymore. We're strangers. So we're not, and strangers on the street treat me better. So for the fact of the matter, now your family becomes strangers and they're not treating you like a stranger actually treats you, then there's a problem in the family. Because you're not a family member, you're not a stranger. Now I'm looking at you all like you're demons. Because everyone should be worried about you going into their home. And I'm having these dreams also that my mother wants to throw a party. Woohoo! Party up in Ricky's house. Hells no. I do not want your energy. You don't even have energy. It's weak as hell. I don't want your nastiness in my presence or in my house. I don't want anyone bringing their voodoo into my house. If you don't understand that, if that's okay with you, mother, I don't want a party, and I don't want your family in here, and I don't want you mushing all of us up together again, because Usha, you're the one who started it. You ask your mother and you ask your niece to instigate into my life, and whatever they told you, that's on you. And whatever else they made up, that's on you. And, oh, this is what I was trying to tell you. And this is where it gets interesting, because my mother had told me something under her breath about it. And this was years ago she said it. And so I told my cousin that I wanted to knock down. You see, it's harsh to hear and understand where I'm coming from. Because Elizabeth asked me, it's like, oh, Rick, what's going on with your mother and everything and blah, blah, blah. And I told her, my mother is just like your mother. She's very nasty to me. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't listen. I don't know what Elizabeth went and told my mother. But this is what I said. I wanted to knock her down, drag her by her hair into the middle of the streets and rip her face off to reveal the demon that she really is. Now, I'm saying that while I am on top of my cousin's back massaging her, and I really wanted to go all Charlie's Angel and crack her fucking neck, because I know exactly what she was doing. And she literally said, oh, Rick, I'm not going to say anything to you and your mom, so I don't want to get involved. But she did get involved, because a couple months ago, after I made another video and I talked about how disgusting Elizabeth is and how nasty she is to me and how nasty she is to other people, she came and says, oh, Rick, I saw your posts and everything. Rick, it's my anxieties. Your anxieties are making you say nasty, negative things about me, Elizabeth. Your anxieties are, you're telling me, oh, Rick doesn't do this, or Rick is not that, Rick is this and that. I'm dreaming about it, Elizabeth. And I'm also dreaming about how your husband's family is mad at me. All because of you, Elizabeth. So to your family that you married into, that you manipulated, you lied to, and you hurt, that's you. I don't want to dream about your husband's family. Now this goes again to your friend Sabrina next door from Grandma Dottie. I don't like her. Why am I dreaming about her? I dreamt her brother who passed away and showed me something. I also dreamt of one of their grandmothers passing away and showed me something. And I have nothing against this family at all. But to Sabrina, you are nasty. You are a nasty person. You're not my friend, and you are never my friend. It's like, wow. Why am I dreaming about... See, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say their names. Because I feel like if I say their names, they might be more upset at me. Or they might not even be that upset at me. But why am I dreaming about Sabrina's family? And why am I dreaming about Sabrina's family's upset at me? And it comes down because I'm dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. I'm seeing these things. And everyone is ignorant. No one is saying anything. No one can speak. But the two individuals... Two of them that I dream about, which is Sabrina and Elizabeth, who people believe in you and people respected you so much, they talk to you. But what did you do to those individuals? You backstab your friends and you backstab your family and you played mental, manipulated mind games and skuntingly played reverse psychology on your family. And yes, you are smart, but your family is who I dream of. Who wants me and who's upset at me because I'm not working with them or working for them or want to or even try to. But your families are not talking to me, which they will. Because if I do speak about it and I do contact them, I know they will speak to me. So what are you waiting for? So this girl Sabrina wants to say something underneath her breath one day. Really, it was out loud. And her friend Melissa's like, Sabrina, tell him. And she's like, oh, this only happens when you're 40 years old. Excuse me? And I'm like, wow. And I go to Melissa, I was like, Sabrina thinks I'm really stupid. So Sabrina's trying to be my friend until I'm 40 years old because in the books, it shows that only fashion designers come into light when they're 40 years old. Listen, you little bitch. You're a little teenage witch. You think you know everything. And it's so funny because you don't help me get to another point, even if you have an opportunity for me, or even if your family has an opportunity for me. You never gave me a stool. It's like, hey, Rick, here, try this. Or, hey, Rick, how about this? No, I'm working for someone else. I have investors. I'm working with them. But instead of you working with me, Sabrina, or your family working with me, you chose to play a skunty game with me. And I cannot believe when we went to Puerto Rico, you were being very petty to me for whatever reason, and then you rubbed your breasts on me. Sabrina, you're disgusting. And you're like, blew your nasty, dirty breath on me. See, even if I was straight, Sabrina, I will never, ever try anything with you because you gross me out. Like, you make me want to vomit. Brush your teeth. Wash your fucking face. It's that simple. It's, oh my God. Your breath stinks always. And your friends tell you, go to the doctor. Oh, I have health insurance. Oh. You're just a gold digger. That's it. Who doesn't brush your teeth? I don't want to dream about your family, Sabrina, at all. And I also do not want to dream about my cousin Elizabeth talking to your family and telling your family negative inputs about me. Or like, oh, Rick will never do this. Or Rick is not that. Oh, Rick is... Whatever you're saying, like, I'm dreaming about it. Why am I dreaming that? People, certain persons are going to tell me that, oh, it's just a dream and you're thinking about this. No, I'm not thinking about them. I'm not thinking about this with them. I'm thinking about me, and I'm thinking about my fashion, and I'm thinking about my business, and I'm thinking about what I am going to do next. What's my next step in life? What am I going to do next for me? Because like I said, I am doing something for the world, and I'm going to get, I don't like to say we're trying because you got to keep on doing and keep on doing and keep on going. And even though my health stopped me a lot, and during my health, all those individuals, all they did was laughed at me, neglect me, and did not help me get to the next point. Some of them didn't even like hear that I actually was hungry or I needed food. So I'm going to say this is my last one that I'm going to say also, because everybody wants to be like, oh, hi, Rick. And I'm like, stay the fuck away. My grandmother Dottie wants to be, oh, yes, da-da-da-da, and tells me, oh, Rick, your mom is the smartest one of all of them. What are you saying? Nothing. Nothing. It says nothing. Smartest one out of who, Dottie? Who are you speaking about? You see, this is where it gets very interesting too, because the thing is, I don't have family. My uncle Ravi, my mother's brother, he's a chef. He brings food home. Apparently, he brought food to give to me, but he never called me. Again, this is a situation. You have something for someone, or you want to speak to someone, and you're not going to the person that you need to go to. So this is where the fights happen. And this is where all the drama starts, and this is where all the hate comes into the family. Uncle Ravi gives Grandma Dottie food to give me. Grandma doesn't give me the food. Uncle Ravi doesn't get a phone call from me saying, oh, thank you for the food. Now, maybe Uncle Ravi is upset at me, right? Because he did. He was very upset at me one day. He calls like, oh, Rick, I gave you the food. You didn't even call me and tell me how it was. You didn't thank me. I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, Grandma didn't give you any food? I was like, no. And Grandma Dottie's standing right there. Grandma Dottie said, oh, I gave it to Elizabeth. And Ravi goes, but Mom, I said that one was for Ricky. I gave you one for you, I gave one for Ricky, and I gave Elizabeth and her family food. So you gave that food that you gave Grandma Dottie, that extra food you gave it to your granddaughter. So that food was for me. So to Uncle Ravi, you were never going to get a thank you, because all the food that you allegedly was giving to me was not being given to me. It was given to Elizabeth, or Dottie just leaves it in the fridge and leaves it in the freezer, and it gets burnt, and a freezer burn, and it just sits there, rot. So here I am, so many times for so many years, starving, and Uncle Ravi brings food sometimes, but there's food in Grandma Dottie's fridge that just sits there and spoils. So why do I have to? My mother's going to say, oh, Rick, you live in the past. No. You all live in the future. I'm living in the present. And the past is what I've learned. And I saw what you did to me. And I listened. And what you did to me hurt me so much. It's like, whoa. Why would you do those things to people? Why would you do those things to me? But like I just said, I do not live in the past, Usha. You live in the future. And this is why you bought this apartment, to mentally abuse me. It's called mental abuse, because you have a motive. Oh, if I bought my son an apartment, or if I furnished it with your stuff, your money, your things that you like, not my house, not my furniture. I had no input, which is okay because this is your apartment. Don't say it's mine. That's where it gets interesting. I hope I said everything I needed to, because I might make smaller videos to saying the things that I need to get my point across. And like I just said, you didn't give me food, Grandma Dottie, and I'm supposed to, call those persons and know those persons hate me. Like your other daughter, Anita. See, apparently my mother's sister, Anita, was sending me, Guyanese people, all this. All because they don't know how to speak. Yeah, it's everyone. It's a mentality. No one knows how to speak. So, as I was saying, Anita was bringing food for me. Didn't know it was for me. Didn't know that she actually cared. I'm still shocked that she actually did that. I'm like blown out of my mind that she actually sent food for me. And she asked me, what happened to the food I sent for you? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you didn't get no food? I said, no. Grandma Dottie now gives me spoiled food. That's what you want to feed your grandchild who's sick and you don't care about your grandchild. The food is sitting in the fridge perfectly fine, clean, perfect, ready to eat. But no, let's wait till it gets spoiled and let's feed it to my grandson. That's what you did, right? When you say Indian descent, yeah. So, well, I'm going to go to Anita because this is the last person I'm going to speak to. No, I'm going to speak about the next person. So Anita always have never liked me for some odd reason, for whatever the case may be. Couldn't even give her a hug, couldn't even give her a kiss because she says my beard is going to poke her. Your husband's fucking beard doesn't poke you when he's like hugging you or kissing you or whatever. Then Anita's son wants to give me a hug, like, hey Ricky, let's give a hug. Cousins hugging each other, how's it going? You okay? Can't do that. They're like, oh, just fist pound, or okay, we can fist pound. What is this? I don't do that. I don't even like touching people. It's a child that wants to give his cousin a hug. Can't do that. Now I'm dreaming about Anita. Now, the things I'm dreaming about her, she's like, oh, I'm going through my closet. Because one time I did ask her if she wanted clothes, and I was going to give her some clothes to take and give to Guyana. And I don't know what happened. And her daughter Elizabeth did say something about my clothes and something. And it was more, I think it was, oh, Ricky only has fancy clothes, or something about, like, I think me being gay and my clothes had something to do with it. But it was more like, oh, Rick has fancy clothes. Rick doesn't have anything like this and that. What are you saying, Elizabeth? Like, what are you really saying? Because I don't have fancy clothes like that, and I get my clothes at a very good discount. I don't spend that much money on my clothes. I don't know why I'm dreaming about Anita at all. And why am I dreaming about... Oh, this is the thing. I've been posting about Saban. And I'm like, what happened? What happened with Saban? Like, that's a different story. I prayed to the universe. I prayed to God. What happened? And I had a dream that an individual who's not a family member but is married to someone in the family and came into the dream and told me that he called my job about my video. Whoa. Why did I have that dream? People are going to tell me, Rick, pray. I do pray. Why did I have that dream? That's what I prayed for. And the person that I had the dream about was my aunt's husband. People say, Rick, it's just a dream. Why am I dreaming about my aunt's husband telling me that he called my job about my video? What are you? You're worse than all the females in the entire family, Kumar. Like, this is just based on a dream. Like, but he's literally like an instigator also, just like everyone else. Like, what Ricky I do? That's how he speaks. What Ricky I do? And then every time I'm around, you can't speak. You can't say nothing. You walk away into the next room. What? Apparently I scare everyone. But that's what my mother told me because of all the job opportunities that I allegedly lost. She's like, oh, Rick, you scared them. Usha, you should have never treated me the way that you did. And then I would never had to say the things that I had to tweet about. And now that I'm actually making a video talking about the stuff that I don't want to talk about, but yes, it's about West Indian mentalities. And it's about all these individuals saying these things. I'm a prosperous person. Can one man change the world? Can I speak about what goes on in this West Indian mentality lifestyle that needs to be gone, that needs to be burnt, that needs to be dead? I guess so, because that's what's being presented to me. I don't want to be that person. I love Martin. Okay, well, he's gonna hate me. Martin Luther King. I had a dream. And he had a dream. And if you go listen to what Martin Luther King said and his story, it's amazing. Like, wow, life is amazing. What I'm trying to get at is that, mentality will hurt you. People will talk bad about you. People will manipulate. People will not understand. And people, like myself, I'll tell you, the only thing that I have done to showcase any of my art or any business standpoint was on social media and to the world. Certain individuals see certain things. My mother doesn't see much. My mother does see a lot. But she also has to say, oh, da 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 da. Nothing. You're saying nothing. So I walk away. I go when I go where I need. I know where I need to go and what I need to do for myself, because, like I said, I went to art school all my life. I went to FIT for a semester. I went to FIT since I was a little kid for summer courses. I took business management, entrepreneurship, speech communications. I literally did the things that I wanted to do because I had this vision when I was 8 years old. And I had this dream when I was 8 years old. And it was somewhat of Martin Luther King's dream that we will all be together. We will all be one. And we will be happy. But it starts in your home. You see, the thing is, there's a statistic that says that we all are millionaires. We all have spent $1 million. We all have this much money. But you know what my parents did? My parents failed in their business. And now how I dream certain things and how I see what my mother does in real life, you are trying to make my business fail. I don't need your money, Usha. I didn't ask you for your money. But this is what you're doing. Instead of your priorities are elsewhere, instead of helping your child with his health, and your priorities are redecorating all the time and renovating instead of saving money or putting money in towards the business. See, my parents, my mother and my piece of shit stepfather, they were trying to open up a makeup line before everybody else did, and which is not too late, because they failed. You all failed. David, you failed. Usha, you failed. But you're not a failure. You understand that? You're not a failure, but you failed your business. You failed your family. You failed your home. Because what you did was, instead of building a business, you build a house before the business. Like, who does that? Is that what rich people do? Like, oh, let's build a house first before we build a business. Like, okay. At least we have shelter. We didn't need a big, huge house. Right? The business is smaller because, whatever. What my point is that do not fucking come into my life and try to fuck my business up. That shit don't work with me. Go and continue and start back. Don't fix what was broken, because you can't fix what's broken, because what's broken should have been broken. It's broken. It was done. It's over with. Redo it. Recreate yourself. Relive your life and do something for yourself, because I'm not putting my name on something that I do not feel right about, and I'm not letting you put your name on my products. No, absolutely not. I don't owe anybody anything. If my mother wants to say I owe her because she put me through school, then I'm going to tell you to write me a spreadsheet of the money that you spent on me all your life, because that's exactly what you want, because you presented that how much money I spent on you all my life. And what is the other stuff? You see, Usha, it's getting dirtier because I'm writing a book. The thing is, I don't talk to my sister anymore. My sister refuses to talk to me. I really don't give two flying fucks, because again, I'm doing myself. My sister and I are 16 years apart or 15 years apart. Which is interesting. My sister and I are 15 years apart, and my mother and I are only 16 years apart. And my sister and I don't have a relationship because, she's a teenager and blah, blah, blah. Mental abuse also with her father and the mother. And the mother keeping us apart. That's what you did, Usha. You kept us apart. That's what you did also, David. You kept us all apart. It's sickening to have to deal with all this stuff, and everyone's going to say, oh, you need to be the bigger person. That's what Sandra will say. Yes, I am the bigger person, Sandra. You're not. Like, wow, Sandra. I just can't with you. This is me being the bigger person. This is me presenting to the world that I actually have knowledge, and this is me presenting to the world that I actually can speak. This is me presenting to my followers and my friends and my family that, do you hear what Rick is saying? And what are you gonna do? Because then you have nothing to say. You don't know what to say, because that's what these individuals are gonna do. I don't know what to say. Your anxieties are coming in now to play. Instead of speaking the truth, no, we just live a lie. That's what we did. All we do is live a lie. I'm not a liar. I'm not gonna live my life a lie. I'm not gonna hurt myself with a lie. I'm not going to hurt myself with mental abuse. The things that you all are doing to me, and you know who you are, and you know what you do, you're doing it to yourself, and yes, you're doing it to us, because I don't want to be anywhere near you. I don't want to talk to you, even though you're trying to speak to me. And this is why I'm getting haunted in my dreams, because it's like great grandma shows me, and great grandma guides me, and that spiritual person like said something to me in my dream. The spiritual person came up to me and told me to go on a date, and I'm like, I just deleted all my apps. I literally deleted all my apps, because I'm like, ain't nobody trying to say hello to me, ain't nobody trying to go on a date, and I'm just gonna go on a date and continue to go on many dates by myself, and I will treat myself, because that's what you do. You go on a date by yourself. Like, go outside. You want to go on a picnic? Go on a picnic. Mom, what the heck is that? Go by yourself. Take yourself out to a picnic. Go to the park. Take yourself out to read a book at a bench. You know, you understand what I'm saying, right? Do something for yourself. You don't need to go at a restaurant with your friends or a family member or anyone, or go on a date. All you need is yourself. Just go and take table for one. And if you really want to do it with a bang, say table for one in the middle of the room. So you could be in the middle of the room. How about that? Whew. I don't know what else to say. It's not like I got something off my chest, because I keep talking about it, and I made many other videos about it, and I didn't say anyone's names, but there was just something about that great grandma showed me, and that's all I can say. I don't know anymore. My spirit is broken, and I'm trying to get it back, and it was very broken until today, when I woke up out of my dream. I woke up from my sleep, and I had that dream about great grandma, and I just knew that everything was going to be okay. I had that feeling everything is going to be okay. And it's so interesting, because her kids are smarter. She's not that smart. And then her kids are smarter, and she grew up in a world that she couldn't get that much education. And when I woke up, I was like, this lady is a very smart person. But I did yell at her in the dream, because she was trying to tell me something. And not that I yelled, I spoke loudly, because I said to her, I don't care. I don't care if I scrutinize your children. Your children are damaging my life, and you're not understanding. That's what I pretty much said. You don't understand. I don't care. You hurt me. My family hurt me so much. And I have to tell everyone, because I'm not the only one getting hurt by persons the way that I'm getting treated. And it's called an act. It's a whole act. A whole entire act. It's not real. And people think it's funny. It's not funny. But like I said, someone knows this person who's treating me like trash knows that someone has an opportunity for me for a job, but instead of telling me about the job or telling me something, you are playing manipulative mental mind games, reverse psychology, and playing skunty games also. And then when me or that person reacts to you, you run back to the other person. Oh, he's mean. He doesn't know how to talk nice, and blah, 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 blah. And he can't hold a job. He can't do this. He can't do that, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is what money and success makes people go crazy. Even my mother goes one time to me that she goes like this to me. Oh, Bianca's a materialistic person. And she starts going like this. Looking. And I can see it in her. And I can see her body movement in her face. That's what you choose to tell me? That's what you choose to speak when we're speaking, you choose to go, Bianca's a materialistic person. Wow. That's what you tell me about my sister that you have. So you got to keep me away from your sister and you got to keep your daughter away from money, all because what? You lost custody of your daughter, Usha, and you had to go pay child support. That killed you because you didn't have the money to do whatever the fudge you wanted to do. And then you go and tell me, Usha, oh, Rick, I sacrificed a lot for you. What did you sacrifice, Usha? Did you sacrifice your Westchester condo, 2-bedroom Westchester condo? Did you sacrifice your Lexus car? Did you sacrifice your American Express? Did you sacrifice what? Your Apple computer? What did you sacrifice? We all have the same thing, except I don't have a car. I don't understand what you sacrificed for. Did you sacrifice your time? No. This is your life. You chose this. This is your life. Even me talking, and you may not like it. Guess what, Usha? This is your life. Right here, because I live in it. You created the mess. I'm living it. And you created it. So this is your life. And that's what she's going to tell me. Everything that ever happens to me, she's going to, oh, Rick, this is your life. You just got to deal with it. What do you mean, my life? This is not life. This is the life you created. And it hurt us all. And it continues to hurt us. And it continues to separate us. And it continues, and it continues, and it continues. And then I'm going to have to continue to make a freaking video like this that I don't want to make a video. But I know I'm not the only one out there. And the point is that you don't need anyone. You don't need their money. You don't need money. You don't need their approval. You don't need them to like your products. You don't need those individuals. Just because they don't like it, you don't need to get acceptance. That's the word. You don't need their acceptance. You don't need to get acceptance from those individuals, because the thing is that you need to accept yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to tell yourself that, yes, I can do it, and I know I can do it, and I am doing it, and I will continue, and I won't stop. Self-knowledge is a powerful key. You can't ask God for knowledge. You can't ask God for money. You have to go read a book. You have to go get a job. You can't say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, well, how are you going to do it? You can get a job working anywhere. Minimum wage is $15 in New York City, but that's besides the point. Get a job. Do anything. However, whatever it is, if it's sweeping, if you can get the job with your education, get a job. Save your money. Because I can tell you right now that I had a person say, oh, was jealous about me. That I had this and I had that, even though I spent it with my own money. Now, this person has a job, and this person, I don't know if they pay rent or whatever, this person has a job. I didn't have a job at the time, but I had a job. And I told this person, I see how much money you have right now. And he's like, oh, how you see that? I'm like, you just bought $100 liquor. And you just bought a whole pack of cigarettes, and you just bought some food. Now, there's a kitchen right there, and there's food in your fridge, and your mom cooked. You chose not to eat that, so you just spent $40, $50, on food that you shared with your friends. Thank you. Some of us chipped in, some of us didn't chip in at times. But I just said it. You just bought food for you and your friends. And you bought liquor for you and your friends. And you bought cigarettes, and, maybe you shared the cigarette with your friend or not. And then you're upset that you don't have money at another person for having something or another person for doing something. But then you're thinking, oh, he only has because of money. No. I didn't spend one penny. I didn't spend one penny to get something. I worked. And the jobs that I personally did was like, being a home nurse's aide, and I took care of someone, and that person is one of my grandmothers, my dad's mother. She gave me a few pocket change to just take care of her. She took care of me. I was sick. She took care of me while she had a heart pacemaker. She had a heart thing, pacemaker, right? And small surgery, so she felt a little shooken and she was okay. She needed just someone to be there. I took that money that she gave me and I invested it. I didn't buy liquor. I didn't buy anything to smoke. I didn't buy anything to wear. I didn't buy shoes. I didn't buy clothes. I bought something that was going to benefit for myself and for my business. So that's what my grandma said. She's like, do not buy clothes. Well, she actually told me to buy a shoe and buy a jacket. I'm like, oh, I don't need a jacket. I don't need a new pair of shoes. She's like, I want you to. This is for you to do that. So I bought canvas instead. And I bought paint. So I invested into my business and into my art. And I invested myself. That's the key word. Invest in yourself. Let me see. I'm getting parched. It's still going good. I've been making this video. I didn't finish my shake. So, when life really shakes you up, keep on going. You don't need to get approval from certain individuals. There's many individuals out there in the world, and so many people have respected me. A stranger respects me so much more than my entire family. Don't seek for approval. Just do that for yourself. Like, you approve yourself for being you. You approve yourself for being happy. So I choose to be happy, and I choose to be me, and I choose to be strong. And I choose not to let words hurt me, because the thing is, self-knowledge, again, is very important. When you have self-knowledge and you understand words, you can get by life really easy. Not easy, but words, expressions, and your thoughts. Those are the things. And bringing them on camera, they're going to act like a completely different person. Because in real life, they're acting. And when that camera comes up, trust and believe, it's in the books. It shows it. They're going to say, oh, this already happened. I love having you as a friend on Facebook. Thank you for following me. My friend Jenny tells me, she's like, Rick, you should be what's that word? Forgot the word. Pretty much a spokesperson, an activist. I said, yes, I will be an activist. But who's going to listen to me? I love social media. I love social media so much. And I love the fact that I want to run for president, even though that sounds beyond bizarre. I don't have to run for president. I'm just being me, doing me, and I can be better and do better things than the president. And so can you all as well. Again, don't let anyone stop you. I have said it so many times. I want to see something that you all do. I want to see your creativeness. And I've seen so many individuals that have been doing so many creative work, and other people are looking at them like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to work with you. I want to use you. Can you please make this for me? I have a party. I love seeing that, and I love pushing people up to get better and being stronger and pushing them to be happy, because you need to push more happiness into the world. And when you're happy and you're honest, honesty is the best policy. That's what my dad's mother told me. She says, your father always says, honesty is the best policy. And honesty will get you far in life. And honesty has gotten me where I am today. Personally, where I am today is a little because of certain things. But how I've gotten in life is because of my honesty. And being true to myself. like selling a dress. And I'll tell you this, when I work in clothing stores, I do sell. I do make a lot of sales. And sometimes I don't. It's like a 50-50, which is like, a given. But then I'm not selling. I'm not selling you a dream. I'm not selling you a dress. I'm going to tell you that this is not the right one for you, or I'll speak to that person, retail therapy. And the person now knows she doesn't need that dress. Or he. Well, there's certain guys that come in for a dress. You cannot, don't judge people, because some of those guys don't wear the dress. They can buy it for their wife, or they just want to try on a dress they want to feel their self. Retail therapy. And I miss working in retail. It's like everyone has a thing, an opportunity, a gift to go and work and do something. I wouldn't mind if I flip burgers all day. I know I'm going to be there. Me personally, I've had many jobs because God puts me in those places, and I meet the most interesting human beings, and I meet people who are happy, and I meet people who are just need someone to talk to them for 3 minutes. But that's just me, and that's my gift that I have to, I can't speak about it. It's so weird to speak about because it's unexplainable. It's like this gift that I have is that individuals should know that they can speak to me. And it happens all the time. And this is where the activist person comes into play, because my best friend Jenny tells me that, Rick, you need to be an activist. I don't like fighting. I'm not a person who fights. I don't like screaming. I like to speak nicely because I don't like my voice to get harsh. But I can get really loud. I can scream and I can get really loud, and I know I can get my point across. At the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with a person back and forth because they know what they're doing. So I stay shut up. I stay quiet. I stay shut up. I shut up and I stay quiet. So yeah. We are in a time that we have technology, we have opportunities, we have so many different things that we can do. So if you do have to spend a little bit of money to do something like a website or something, then do so. Social media I never really sold anything on social media. I've helped my business partners sold stuff on social media that I presented. However, I didn't need a penny again. And I sold stuff on social media to help a business, to help someone else's business, or to promote for someone. If you can do that, that's a job. That's a new job today. You can help promote a person's business, and if that person gives you something or not. I pretty much got a lot of free stuff. Let's not get into what I've been given. But I'll let you know that since I work with food and I work with fitness people, I get free workouts and I get food all the time from these individuals, and they take care of me. And not only do they take care of me with food and love, we all take care of each other. Your body, your mind, and what's the saying? Your mind, body, and spirit. We take care of each other. And those are the people you need to hang out with. The people who take care of each other. You get what I'm saying? You take care of each other's mind, heart, and soul, and body every day. Work out with each other. Work out by yourself. Cook together. Eat a meal. Even if it's on camera, do something. Interact. And I love the fact that how people have been interacting on social media. However, no one interacts in life, in real life anymore. So as we go further into the future, what's going to happen? I'm for the future, but literally our books are good. Our books are on our computers now. We can read a book on our computer. We can read it on our palm with our phone, a tablet. We already have self-checkouts. We have those vending machines that we can buy snacks from. We don't need a store. Do you know that? We don't need a store to go buy chips. There's stores that only sell chips and candy and soda. All you need is a vending machine and a place to put the vending machine in, and you have everything right there. The only person who's going to have a job is the person coming in and delivering the items and putting the items in the vending machine. Now, what happens to the store now? The store is gone. What happens to the owner? What happens to the business person? It's gone. But it's already there. There's already vending machines. You want to talk about flying cars? There's helicopters. We have helicopters. Want to talk about living like the Jetsons? If you go to the CN Tower in Canada, it's just like the Jetsons' house. But the Jetsons, we already live in it. We have skyscrapers. It's like whew, all the way up into the sky. There are people who live all the way up there. It's so interesting. You know, I actually really am for the electric cars. Now that's taking away gas. That's perfectly fine to me. That's taking away a job for someone. Also, if we stop using gas like that, which will probably still use gas for other things and probably not for cars in the future. That's interesting about life. I hope you all know that they've been trying to colonize Mars. So you do your research, and they've been doing some amazing things there. Understand the technology that we have here on this planet. They're taking all the technology and putting it into Mars. And the same technology that we had and we knew about, how we can plant plants. Since I was in kindergarten, I knew how to do that with a seed and a paper towel and a Ziploc. You know, they're doing that in a bigger thingy-majiggy. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, that's the thing about life. It's so interesting that how they held a lot of things back because technology can ruin the world. Because technology is going to make less jobs for people. And not the fact that you're going to have less jobs, is that money doesn't exist and there should be a certain amount of money given, which there will be in the future. Not that I know that. It's happening. People are going to be giving a certain amount of money and use that money to live, but then there will be certain persons who have a job. But you cannot not do nothing in life. You cannot not sit at home all day long, watch TV, or walk back and forth all day long, or, you know, not do nothing. You're going to have to do something. That's the form of actually having a job, because when we have a job, we have to just do something, no matter what it is. If it's, you know, chopping bush in a meadow, like chopping up like trees and, you know, picking up sticks, or lawnmower in the grass. A job. You're doing something, picking up garbage, you know, teaching a class, teaching someone what knowledge you have. That's another job. Like me, I can teach someone all the knowledge I have. There is another person doing it. That's my thought. Why me? There's 10 other people doing it. Okay, well, there goes one more guy doing something. You see, fashion repeats itself. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of sickeningly interesting that fashion repeats itself, because the high-end designers, as you know, I have a very luxury line that I want to present to the world. I've had it for years. I've had it for since I was 8 years old, been drawing. And I continue to draw. And what was I trying to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, opportunity. And fashion repeats itself. See, the thing is, we all see fashion, you know, like ready to wear and trending stuff. It continues to repeat itself. And when it continues to repeat itself, it's like we're wearing the same thing. Like bell bottoms came and left, and then we had like bootleg cutting left and came back, and then we had straight leg and left and came back. Acid wash jeans had came and left and came back, and then I don't know what happened to it. Things like that. So it's like something new. And a lot of people don't like change. We have to stop living like life. And it's like living like black and white. And life is not black and white. It's like everything is one way and the other. It's like not yin and yang, because piece of the yin and yang, you need to be together. But it's like the big corporations, like you walk on the streets, you're actually seeing someone wear the same exact shirt as you and the same pants and the same shoes, pretty much the same entire outfit. And then it goes even more deeper that you're wearing the same socks. There is no individuality. I mean, I wouldn't mind just wearing a regular t-shirt because I get hot a lot and I'm always half naked. But I really wouldn't want to walk around the streets with every individual's wearing the same thing. Like, we're robots. We will all become robots one day. And I saw this video that they're gonna put a chip inside of your hand. I'm like, no, they can't put a chip there. Like, why would you put a chip in here? And now you go do this, and then you walk into the subway. Oh, here's your total for your groceries, or $16.23. Put your hand there, and it pays for your groceries. That's wicked. That's not, like, why won't you use their fingerprints? There are persons out there who don't have certain fingers, and I know one who don't have fingers. And I know a person doesn't have a hand also. So understanding that, but if they don't have a hand and you're putting chips inside people's hands, where is actually you're gonna put that chip? Even if they want a chip to be placed into them. Would you want a chip to be placed into you? To, like, that's your credit card. Understand, this is your phone and this is your credit card. This is everything inside of you. This is where the government and whoever needs to find who you are. But then again, we know it's there, right? So it's like a little thing. I'm like, no, cannot. That's bizarre. Unless if that little device is going to give me knowledge, then, you know. And why I say that device gives me knowledge is if it doesn't vibrate to give you blood flow, just like as you meditate. You know, you're meditating, you're giving your brain blood flow and you're giving your brain knowledge and you're cleaning all that clutter and you're asking. So when you're thinking of certain things, or you're like, I can't explain meditation. I cannot explain meditation. It's like knowledge. You just think, like, how do I do this? Like, what is a scenario? Like your own, and you're thinking about it without being like, let me think about it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Relax and breathe. I think that's why I get by, and that's why I am the person that I am, because I'm very relaxed when I talk. And but yeah, I think that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed one. Always be blessed, and always self-knowledge, self-healing. Do something for yourself. Don't get carried away from trying to get someone's approval. That's all.